dude, it turned out sick.
So I want to do a round table for our office and kind of the showroom thing. I need to make a template first though. So I got a piece of cardboard. Let's get the template going.
Did you just drill that into the table?
I did. My table. Do what I want. We're gonna go slightly oversized here. I want about a 40-inch round. About the size I want.
We're getting rusty.
I haven't built anything in a while. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay. Now, let's cut it out. This doesn't have to be perfect. Essentially, just trying to find something I can lay out and look at the table size. Now, we need a slab. So my vision, is we want to put this slab to use. I bet you, no less than 10 feet away from me, there's a freaking cart for this. Nope, 20 feet. Aha, now I don't have to carry. This is the $4,000 slab that we lit on fire a couple Christmases ago. Just been hanging out, trying to find new purpose. And I think this will be a good purpose for it. Ah! Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. I turned the lock on and then realized it locks. And then I broke said lock.
Is it permanently locked or permanently unlocked?
No, it just won't lock down.
Classic.
We could actually probably glue that back together and then not be stupid next time I do it.
Anyway.
So this thing's a potato chip. It's a Piqua Slab, so it's like super duper nice. It really is pretty rare wood. I want to do something to like accent the void and then also be able to rip a straight line here. Because it's so potato chipped, in order to get it to be flat for any tabletop surface, we'd have to pour it super thick and come down, or we'd have to really thin this thing out, which I don't want to do. Just see layout number one. This is pretty sick looking. I wanted to do a vibrant color. I was thinking like a translucent blue, a translucent green. And now that I'm looking at it, it might have to be smoke, like smoked gray. But unfortunately, we gotta clean these cracks out, and crack kills. I need my spacesuit. Jordan! So we've got most of the yucky shit off of it. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the depth of the burn. So this tree actually was harvested because it caught on fire and then fell down. Now I think this was where we had some rot and then that burned out quicker. But you know, this isn't coming off on your hands. But I do think we should seal it in. So I'm gonna paint that with some just clear, thinner, faster drying resin before we put it in the mold. So that way, none of the stuff floats up into the project. We need a mold first though. Cue up magic mold making. Ta-da! All right, so for cleanliness sake, we're gonna put this into the mold. Oh, you cut that one close, big guy. How big did you make the mold? I don't know, 41?
Yeah, maybe I f***ed it up. I'm gonna blame Jordan and his blueness today.
It's just not a square cut. Yeah, I think I wanna go with a translucent, like smoky gray. Oh, I need to clean it? So to seal the inside, we're gonna use a little bit of Total Boat's high performance epoxy. Stuff dries pretty quick when you use fast hardener here. It might even be quicker than we probably want. But we're just trying to seal anything that could float in. Give it a good stir. We usually wouldn't do this, but this has so much like sediment on it that I definitely think it would float. Some guys use a deep resin and then let this sit for days. We've had success just using the high performance stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so because we need some lighting and temperature control, we're going to risk pouring it in our newly remodeled office. What could go wrong?
This is such a bad idea.
If we've learned anything about running epoxy or pouring epoxy, it's that when you F with the temperature is when all of the mistakes happen.
Everything is on fire!
We can set the temperature in here and know it's gonna be what it is. We can't do that out there. All right, so we're going with Total Boat Fathom thick set on these. We've used this in the past and had great success. It's like 62 degrees in there. Our biggest concern is it's too hot or too cold. Why does he have a leaf blower in there? Does he not realize he's just gonna blow the dust in the air and then it's gonna settle back into the mold?
We'll figure it out. Oh.
Application temp is 60 to 80 degrees. I got the office at 65 because I like to keep the boys warm. That's a lie. And
not 65 in our office.
The front room's 65. We need 4.5 gallons. I kind of did some rough math on that thing. So we'll do this guy here before I continue. We need more cameras! Excuse me. Just
You're lucky your name's on the door.
Just getting camera ready. Holding my camera above my head as I sprint through the shop. And this is a nifty trick that I've seen. some guys are doing now. Check that out.
I have to leave.
Why?
That is the greatest trick I've ever seen. And how have we not thought of that?
I thought you were gonna be like, I've been telling you to do that for years.
No.
So we're mixing the half kit first because this bucket only fits 5 gallons. So next is the hardener.
There's the real pro tip.
Get that airflow. So a little bit different this time. We're going with this translucent blue Alumilite color. We were gonna do a smoky resin. I thought we had like a smoke tint, but we don't. Now, I'm not gonna go with pigments that's like powder that has all like the sparklies in it, because those will swirl and I don't want that. I want this to be like kind of see-through and just barely blue. So we're just gonna start with a little bit. Let's go with 1 drop to start. Let's see what it does. Isn't that nuts? 1 drop. We need more?
I like it. It's not what I originally
Looks like
thought.
Windex. Okay, so here's the concerns.
Is it that we're dumb?
I think we're pretty stupid. Hopefully it's enough resin. That's all I'm saying. And if not, your fault. All right, for the first time ever in the new shop, let us pour. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good color. By the way, some people were making fun of how I say color. If you're a Yinzer, you know. We'll leave it at that. Take your haterade and go home.
It does look like Gatorade.
Fisher Freeze, baby.
The best Gatorade flavor.
My favorite's Cool Blue. The most satisfying part. Brought to you by John Ralphio.
I think John was over here. I think he started on the table base. Maybe not. What are you doing? Come on, dude. You're the one that's got a phone call and a flight to catch and all this
Hold
stuff.
on, dude. I am getting us paid. Sending an invoice.
How are you sending an invoice from your phone?
Oh, dude, I'm using Xero. This new accounting software. It's awesome. I can send invoices from anywhere. I can also send estimates. I can send receipts. I can manage pretty much all of my finances at a glance right on my phone. It also has an awesome dashboard on the computer too, which I love. And Yins know I like to make money because I have had a whole podcast dedicated to making money for you and me both. And I'm launching a course on how to make more money for us. So obviously you can see why I would be into an awesome new accounting software like Xero. And I can do work standing at the table while bothering you. It's awesome.
You're definitely bothering me.
I 100% know it. If you're in business and you're looking to get organized, make more money, and be faster and more efficient with your finances, check out Xero. I got a link down in the description. Now, 1 second, let me finish sending that invoice. Boom, done. Now let's get to work. So to make this base, I think we want to do metal because it's fast and I love the look of epoxy and live edge with metal. 2, I need it to be strong enough for the legs to stand on their own without being tied together and we're not having to worry about breaking. I could do it with wood, but we're gonna use metal because I want to not have to fasten under the clear part of the resin. So we're gonna hit some of those wood. I'll just show you. Let me just get the chopping and weld. All right, edges are beveled, and I was squaring things up on my disc sander because they weren't absolutely perfect, but hey, what's perfect is that. I think I got better as a metal worker just by literally being in a metal working shop. I don't know if that was a sentence.
It wasn't.
Now I'm gonna tack all this together and you can kind of see my vision here. These 3 arms are gonna be independent. We went with metal here because it's gonna be a little bit more structurally sound than going with a different material. And we've only been working on this thing for like 45 minutes and we're almost done. So keep welding.
Old 62's back under the hood.
Yeah, feels good. Be awesome. And this is awesome.
Jordan's here.
Now we need to turn this plate into some mounts. We got a base. Now I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, get some finish on it. Then hopefully the damn epoxy will be dry. Wrong helmet. For the first time ever in the new shop, let us spray.
John left for Utah. Go figure.
Is he on a ski trip? What's he doing?
If he is, I'm gonna be really mad because I really want to ski. But it's finally dry, so we're gonna get it out of the mold, and then we gotta flatten this sucker. It looks super good. I'm actually impressed. First epoxy board in the new shop did not leak. That's a good sign.
And they almost always leak. Anyway, let's get this thing out of the mold. Got like a man. Yeah. Oh, dear God. Watch right here. Oh, that's so satisfying. That's the good stuff right there. Okay, so we're gonna do this sort of the old school way. We have a router jig from our friends at Stone Coat Epoxy. When they sent over those epoxy samples we used the other week to make that countertop, they had also sent over this super cool flattening jig. It uses wheels, so we're actually just using the table itself as our surface. We know this table's pretty flat. Right now, we're gonna get this thing leveled, squared, and get ready to make a whole lot of dust.
Right now, I'm putting in our bit. It's a surfacing bit. We got this one from Bits and Bits, but just make sure you check your bit specs to make sure it's the right speed. Normally I have a computer that does all the stuff for me. We're doing it old school today. So that was my first time ever using a router sled jig. Honestly, it was pretty easy. Personally, I still prefer the CNC, but it did a pretty good job.
This could be the coolest thing we've ever built in this shop. So the next step in the process here is we need to make a circle. Luckily, from a past project, I found this circle because I can't find the router circle jig. We're just gonna use our imagination here. So imagine that we did all of that and we came up with this giant circle. So we're just gonna kind of eyeball this, make sure that it's lands all the way around. That seems pretty good. But I'm gonna use a Sharpie now to draw all the way around. Now we need to get a jigsaw and jigsaw within, get pretty close to that line, leave no more than like a 1/4 inch. And then we'll come back, glue the circle back onto the piece with the double-sided tape trick. And then we'll use a flush trim bit on a router. And we'll have ourselves a table. All right, now we need a router with a flush trim bit. This is the international sign for flush trim.
I don't think that's right.
That's pretty cool looking, Jordan.
Does it look like the moon? It kind of reminds me of like a cookie.
This is my first Let Us Spray the new shop. Let us spray.
The next day.
You all right, Jordan?
It's chaos. We got Gib over here killing Top Gun. Jace has his trailer here. Gib's car's in the middle of the shop. We're all the way up front.
Missing.
John's gone. And the epoxy. Anyways, we're gonna push forward. Figure we'll mount the base. Figure out where we want it. Eyeball it for now. I want to try and land it on the solid wood. Also, we gotta like figure out the center.
So now that we got them laid out, you want to do this while the table's not finished yet, because if you scratch it, you'd be sad. So wait until you're, we got it flat, we got it smooth. I'm just tracing out each one of these things so that we have a mark of where they all go, and then I'm gonna give ourselves a 1, and then a little blue tape. I will mark that so they line up perfectly. Now there's only one problem. We never drilled holes in the base. Guess we gotta do that now.
All right, it's getting sanded up. Before we get too far in the sanding process, we're just gonna put a nice chamfer on the edges. That way, protects the furniture as well as people. If you bump into it, the corner's not gonna smash and you're not gonna cut yourself. So just do a little chamfer.
Oh, you actually did it again?
Wow. The fresh Rubio is a lot better than the 3-year shelf Rubio. Can do this.
Don't do this.
That's a lot. Calling John, let him know the table's done. We don't know where he is. And He said he can talk, but now he's not answering. Hello? Holy shit.
What do you guys want?
That's beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, just having a little lunch here.
Where are you?
I am in Zion.
What are you in an Orvis catalog
How's
shoot?
the office? No, I'm over here learning. We're working on a couple new business ventures, and you guys are distracting me. What do you need?
We finished the table. You want to see it?
Damn! Oh, dude, it turned out sick. I'm so happy we went with the translucent
Yeah.
epoxy instead of like the swirling pigment stuff, and I think that base looks good. It's not as clear as I was expecting it to be, but I don't hate it.
No, but the base, you can't see the base through it at all, which is nice.
Oh yeah, that's sexy. I couldn't be here to finish this one up, guys, but if you want to see some more epic epoxy projects, we got a whole playlist for you. It's right here. Check it out. Well done, boys.
See you, boss.